This developer right here is Build Into Games, aka Preston. And if you have been living underneath a rock, he made these games on Roblox, including the Pet Simulator series we all know and love today. Each game is unique in itself, but the main game we'll be talking about is Pet Simulator X. This is the place where kids hop in to spend all their life savings hoping to hatch a rideable giant block pet. But like, look at this, the egg costs 400 Robux and you have a super small chance. Meaning in total it costs like 800,000.
What is that?
Now this game has been in trouble in the past many times. Some say that it is so messed up that the game could get deleted and banned from Roblox for it. Pet Simulator X has been a hit game for well over a year now, coming close to the 2-year mark where it was released on July 29, 2021 at 11 AM CST. The game initially started development on January 22nd, 2021, with Pet Simulator 1 and 2 receiving a countdown for an unknown event just under a week before the release of Pet Simulator X. Looking at this, it took only 6 months for them to release the Pet Simulator we all see today. As soon as the game was released, it averaged around 50,000 players, giving the game time to start off its whole market for trading and letting players get ready for the next update. And as a veteran player, it sucked. As a point of view, everything was so pay to win.
Boy!
The game passes, they were expensive. The exclusive pets, they were even more expensive.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!
And most players didn't even have any Robux to burn. Even the exclusives were too expensive at that time. The only people who were spending were mostly developers or YouTubers. Good thing Please Donate exists now, or most of us would be screwed. And just mentioning exclusives at the moment, there were only 3 options. And for a while, you will not be able to trade any exclusives you buy from that update until the next update. Meaning you would have to wait up to a week or more if the update was delayed to cash out your exclusive pets for gems. Just like Roblox adding the horrible feature called Limiteds 2.0.
Everyone, thank you.
Coming back to the topic of Pet Sim, there was a problem that near the start of the game for a few months, which were the weekly updates. They happened at 11 AM CDT every Saturday, but developers were hired later on because Preston went off schedule and never followed what he promised to everyone. Although it was super cool hanging out with everyone for an update to spend an hour or 2 playing it together, as it was super fun to experience the amount of new content that we would get. Near the tech update, a few familiar faces showed up which you might know today, such as Digito, LCLC and Nightfox. And we of course cannot forget the first plushie drop, the huge cat. This would introduce the whole huge system we know today, and people weren't expecting anything big of Preston doing these so-called merch drops, as he had already done this in the past for Pet Simulator 1 and nothing too big happened. However, if we statistically look at the numbers for the sales, it only took 17 minutes to sell out all 100 huge cat plushies when Pet Simulator 1 was around, but 2 minutes to sell out 5,000 of the Pet Simulator X huge cat plushies. But hey, let me ask you the question, nothing wrong could come out of this, right? Well, in fact, you would be wrong, as first things first, this breaks the Roblox TOS, meaning this is completely unallowed and should not be done on Roblox. At the end of the day, Pet Simulator is under huge risks of being content deleted off of the website, but it seemed like Preston just ignored this and found a loophole to keep going. As well as that, if you really think about it, would Roblox really care that Preston was doing this, since Pet Simulator was making Roblox the most money at that time? Now, in a way though, this was super wrong, but they knew what they were doing, as this is a super profitable method for them to make as much money as they can, just like selling merch of a specific YouTuber. But the community had different ideas and did not like where this was going. As you may know, Preston sold a plushie for $250. It shouldn't seem to bother us though. They are a company after all. You can choose to ignore it or just complain on Twitter about it. However, with all of this, the one that caught the eye of everybody was the NFT. This was the time where Roblox was even mad themselves because this was crossing the line of what they could do. If you are unaware, NFTs are bought with cryptocurrency, and the cryptocurrency can go up or down in price anytime. But the problem with it is these NFTs were sold for thousands of dollars, and you wouldn't really be in your damn mind to pay thousands of dollars for a virtual block pet. However, of course, there are people with the money to do so. So all of the NFTs sold out.
Although Roblox was mad at Preston.
Alright, we have already gone through all of the things that the community have said in their utmost opinion, but what about the good outcomes of it all? Everything shown in this video has most of the time been given only one side to be viewed upon by everyone, but in reality there is more than meets the eye to these things, and in the end had some good outcomes. Let's start off with the exclusive eggs. Now of course they are pretty expensive for each one, and mostly promotes the idea of gambling to children, using their Robux to get a huge pet for the very low chances they have. However, this has made other developers start doing the same thing, and actually made new developers trying to make their simulator go somewhere monetary wise actually start making loads of money from this. By promoting this idea, it helped plenty of Roblox developers get somewhere and actually gain some income for DevX conversion or advertisements for new projects. Next up, we have the Titanic plushies. Yes, this was very controversial and no one liked them. They generally were too expensive, and that was the main reason no one wanted to buy them and instead complained about them. You weren't obliged to buy them after all. They were plushies, and if you had the money, you could buy them if you wanted to. With Preston doing this, not only the TOS got changed, but it normalized these types of plushies for the rest of Roblox history. In the most recent RDC, Roblox even promoted this by saying this:
in 5 years, some of the creators on platform will make more money with physical good merchandise than virtual good merchandise sold through your experience. And when we think about it, it's absolutely obvious, right? We can think of many experiences, many vendors where a 3D immersive physical shopping experience just makes sense. It's kind of like, of course it has to happen.
Coming back to big games, after fallouts with the previous company, they decided to move on to a new manufacturer and offered everyone who ordered a Titanic in the past a new one. And last but not least, the NFTs. Let me make this short. They were refunded in the full price for what they were bought for, meaning no one really lost anything in the process and the whole project was abandoned. This wasn't really talked about a lot, and it was just buried by the fact that they sold the NFT but never refunded them. If you didn't know and it's your first time hearing about this, I'm glad that you now know about it. All we know now is Pet Simulator 99 is coming out, and loads of people are well hyped about it because it is a very polished game. Although it may still be pay to win in a way, mostly 80% of the whole game and their features are moving towards the free to play aspects and letting everyone have fun in their own ways. You might have learned a few things that you didn't know before, but if it didn't change your views to big games, that is all good. Everyone has the right to have their own opinions on things, and in the end say what they want to say. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe if you haven't already, and comment what you think about all of this. Hoping December 1st doesn't disappoint us all, and I hope it brings some good outcomes out of all of this.